What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here for part 2 of our Madden 21 realistic rebuild of the Las Vegas Raiders, coming at you live from pick 18 in the first round of the 2021 draft, where we left last video for you guys telling me, hey, where should we go with the draft? And like always, there's like 4 legit comments of, directions to go. There's never a consensus. So I have to kind of make the most of it, which is, I'm fine with it. And also, you might be saying, C4, where's the webcam? For whatever reason, if you see me talking about the Eagles or anything that's just me at the webcam, it works. But as soon as I want to use my webcam as an overlay, it is not working with my software. And it's probably something as easy as just uninstalling everything and reinstalling. I just haven't felt like doing that. I'm almost at a point right now. I got the whole Logitech webcam, the most generic one you could get on Amazon. So I'm thinking maybe 2021 might be the year I upgrade, get that 4K, get that DSLR camera, and start taking this shit a little more seriously. And if I go to that kind of resolution, my God, you subscribe to my channel, it might come with a wet floor sign. Better be careful who's watching your videos over the shoulders, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, here, pick 18. I got some shouts. I got a couple people that want me just to go wide receiver and get Devonta Smith, who's outstanding for Alabama this year, but that would be overkill. We got Hunter Renfrow. I think we can grow and develop as a slot wide receiver. We have Henry Ruggs on the outside. And I definitely think, it's not a bad shout to go wide receiver, but you look at this, we still got Tyrell Williams for the time being. I think Bryan Edwards has a lot of upside. I thought that was a very good pick there for the Raiders, more so in real life than it is for Madden. But Devonta Smith is not a bad, option. It's not a terrible option there. But when you look on the defensive side, that's the problem. No one watches Raiders football and goes, man, they are just missing a couple pieces on offense. So, completely valid shout here to go look at Devonta Smith. However, the secondary is also kind of the shits. J.C. Horn, not exactly what we're looking for in the first round. Eric Stokes, not exactly what we're looking for in the first round. Marvin Wilson at defensive tackle, not exactly what we're looking for in the first round. We want a for sure thing. So, you look down here, we got Shaun Wade, slot corner out of Ohio State. However, we literally have a young slot corner out of Ohio State that I don't think we need to replace just yet after 1 year in Damon Arnett. So, you look at edge rusher. Do we think that, is Crosby good enough? Do we give up, again, kind of like Shaun Wade, do we give up on Cleveland Ferrell? Even though him and Damon Arnett both are only on normal devs and they could get upgraded, do we give up on that? Do we gamble that they could still grow and develop? I'm looking at the defense. We need a D-tackle. D-tackle, too. We could get an interesting pick here. And it's kind of the direction I'm going. I think, for me, Devonta Smith, because he would come in and be upside and a long-term play as a wide receiver 1 for us. Or we look at Kwity Paye, who looks really solid, mid-second round talent. He would not be there for our second round pick. 6'4", 280, so slightly undersized D-tackle, but it'd be the Michigan power duo in the inside, Kwity Paye and Mo Hurst. It's just one of those things. I know we go next draft class. We go to the Madden generated draft class, and there's always D tackles to get. I wish I used my updated class. I haven't made it yet. It's still in the works. But Davion Nixon from Iowa, I have him in my 2022 class as my first round. I think my highest overall D tackle. I think he's going to declare in 2021 he's outstanding. Get used to his name, Eagle fan, because 90% chance he ends up being a Philadelphia Eagle because we just draft D tackles. You know what? We got to think with our heads. And I'm thinking with our heads, it is with this draft class, with my draft class, we know that there's going to be, we could grab a D tackle 3rd, 4th round, but know that next year, what is going to be more likely next year, right? Are we going to be able to find a random generated D tackle, a random generated corner, when there's always stud corners and stud D tackles in a generated draft class? Or do we just get, I'm not even going to think about it. We're getting a wide receiver. Devonta Smith, because I cannot draft wide receivers. For me, for whatever it is, you either have high first round, early first round pick, and you can get one of the top tier wide receivers, or you might get lucky and find a 3rd, 4th, 5th rounder that has a late first round grade, and you get 73 normal. But that likelihood is a lot less smaller than finding the 8 first-round grade D tackles that are always in generated draft classes. So here we go. We got Devonta Smith, the best wide receiver in the SEC, and I say that as a Gator fan. Actually, no, sorry. The best wide receiver in the SEC is Kyle Pitts. But true wide receiver, an official wide receiver. I think Devonta Smith is definitely ahead of my boy Kadarius Toney. And I'm happy with that. 74, hidden dev. This is going to be an absolute playmaker for us. And we're pairing him back with Henry Ruggs. Okay, we're into the second round. Kwity Paye is still on the board. Jets have the first pick. I want it. I just want to make this happen. They need right tackle, wide receiver, middle linebacker. Okay, do they want Tyrell Williams? They could sure should have Tyrell Williams. There we go. Maybe we overpaid, because maybe Tyrell Williams would have been enough to like shift that 3 to a 4th. Either way, I was able to trade back in, and we're going to be able to get this. We're going to be able to make it happen. We're going to take Kwity Paye. That's the dev trait, I guess, but starting with a bait 70 is actually a little bit lower than expected. But we're going to take him, and we're going to move him to D tackle, and we got what we wanted all along. So look back at our draft recap. We actually got a stud that I had no idea about, but we got him. So we saw Devonta Smith, Kwity Paye, 4th round, a little bit of a whiff for me. Cade Mays, left guard, the transfer from Georgia, now at Tennessee. He's only 64, because we kind of needed a guard to replace Richie Incognito. And then I was like, Walker Little. I remember this guy had some first-round buzz. 67, hidden dev. All right. Did not 100% forgot about this rating. Did not know he had this rating. So if you are using my last draft class in Madden 21 on PC, here's a little nugget for you. Get Walker Little. He's still there in the 5th round, and that is unreal. 6'7", 320. Might have to plug and play him here at left guard. We got Hufanga. Really, really solid looking safety from USC. 65 is not bad. We got Trey Sermon, who just had an outrageous game in the championship for Ohio State. He's only 63. Might need to get a little bit of a rating adjustment there, but he looked pretty good. And then we got Kyrus Tonga from BYU, D-tackle depth at pick 7. We're going to take Paye. I'm going to convert him to a D-tackle. His rating will probably go down, but hopefully it's not too much. I'm going to say 70. He might go down to like a 68, which is not bad. I can still work with that. 68 hidden dev. It is what it is. It's going to be a little bit of a unique experience here, but I do think that Kwity Paye will transition well as an undersized defensive tackle. You can kind of use him like Michael Bennett, like how the Philadelphia Eagles and in the Seattle Seahawks use Michael Bennett. That's my plan for Kwity Paye. But happy with the draft. Devonta Smith, Kwity Paye, Walker Little, big time picks that should have big time impacts as rookies here in year 2 for the Raiders. Year 2 for the Vegas Raiders, and here is how we're lining up. An 82 overall with an 85 offense, 79 defense. So on the offensive line, we got Miller, Kalisha Assembly. Walker Little will more so be like a swing tackle, get some depth already. He already got 2 skill points from the preseason. So no rush. You can just redshirt this year, learn and develop, and then next year, because we only have Assembly on a 1-year deal, we can give Walker Little the start. Hudson, Gabe Jackson, Trent Brown looks good. Waller's an X factor. Burrow is solid. Skill position players, Josh Jacobs, Richard, Henry Ruggs, Devonta Smith, Renfro in the slot, Brian Edwards is depth, Derek Carr, yet to regress. Maybe he went down 1 point. I think, pretty sure he was an 84 last year, now to an 83, which seems a little bit weird for only like a 1-point regression. But hey, it only really makes sense, though. Makes enough sense. Still good. Josh Jacobs, 93, X factor with the old ankle breaker ability. So this is good offense. This is an offense that should be able to be, a top 10 offense in the NFL. Looking at the defense, Kwity Paye now at D-tackle. It made a whole lot of sense, though, because he's scheme fit. Speed rusher is what we're looking for. Pair that with Mo Hurst, the Michigan duo inside. Cleveland Farrell, Max Crosby on the outside. I have optimism that we will be able to generate pressure with this front four, which is exactly what the Raiders in real life are lacking. Linebacking core of Littleton, Kwiatkowski, Morrow. Hope that comes back to help us out, giving him an opportunity. Went up a dev trade because he was an outside linebacker on a normal. That's just what happens, but we're gambling. We gave him a new contract that he will continue to develop, even though he's absolutely not a scheme fit. We'll see what he can continue to do. Abram and Joyner at safety. We have Mullen, who went up to a superstar. That's just very, very huge for this defense. Arnett, Isaiah Johnson, Amik Robertson, who was a big fan coming out of Louisiana Tech. Maybe he can step up a little bit this year. But generally speaking, I'm optimistic that we're going to be in and around the wild card spot here in the AFC, much like the Raiders were in real life this year in 2020. So let's go, man. Let's get this off. I just want the offense to look good, though. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I want this offense to be balling. So we'll sim a couple weeks here. I want to see, because we get a true idea of where this team's at with that sim against Kansas City. So we'll sim this one against Kansas City. We'll go until we have our next divisional game, and we'll play that one. Okay, so good news is that we're scoring a lot of points. Bad news is 0-5. Yeah, top 10 offense. I would like to, it would be very easy to be like, Derek Carr's a problem. We don't got a quarterback. We got to fix the quarterback spot. I mean, the 59% completion percentage, kind of butt cheeks, but 14 touchdowns, 4 picks. The yards are good. Running is solid, 81 yards a game. We're getting playmaking ability from Smith, Renfro, Ruggs, and Waller. Defensively, it hasn't been good enough. Still can't get sacks to save our life. And when you can't do that, you're going to have a bad time, which makes us feel bad because we traded a lot of picks to get Kwity Paye. Now, I'm not going to write them off. Still young playmakers, but it's very obvious that our defense is not good enough. We have 2 contracts here. Assembly, he's a 1-year rental. We're fine there. But Mo Hurst is very much in our long-term plans. We'll give him 3-year deal if he wants to take it. There we go. I mean, look at the rest of these. I think Ingold's worth getting re-signed. I think Richard, we could think about it. You know, it's not, he's a nice little situational player. Other than that, though, we're going to have some decent salary cap to make a splash in the free agencies market, maybe for an upgrade at defensive end. But maybe we can end the losing streak here against the 2-2 Chargers. Let's hop in and take control of this offense. Oh. Ooh. First big deep play, the rookie out of Alabama, Devonta Smith, showing exactly why we have a top 10 offense. 72 yards on the Raiders' first offensive drive. Oh my God, Joey Bosa just murdered Gabe Jackson and that run play. 3rd and 18. Kind of need to take a little bit of a shot here. I don't know if Smith can win up the line. I mean, doesn't have elite speed, but oh my God, the separation was there. We can, Renfro! Across the middle, Chris Harris, too old, too slow, 3rd and 18. Find a way to move the chains up to the Chargers 4. Here we go, Josh Jacobs untouched. Oh, I don't know what that play is, but it's worked twice. This time, the elite speed of Henry Ruggs a little too much. But man, Carr is accurate right now. All right, first to go on the 6. I'm going to try to throw this as quickly as I can to Ruggs. Oh, he was wide open. Henry Ruggs was wide open, and Derek Carr didn't pull the trigger. Let's try this on free size. Devonta Smith going to be our read. Maybe even Renfro if he can get in the back corner there, the end zone. Or we'll just take Waller, who doesn't have anyone within 5 yards of him. Anyone else out there just waiting for Josh Jacobs to get hurt? Like, if you remember our old Raiders franchise, Josh Jacobs, he could not go more than 4 games without missing 4 more games. We got 3rd and 8 here. And, like, we're smoking them. I don't make any concession, but I play on all pro. I don't want to sweat my ass off in these videos. And these are the same ones that I think I lost by, like, 25 in the last rebuild with the Steelers against the Bengals. Or the Ravens, sorry, against the Bengals. We got blown out in one of those episodes. So it's just the luck of the draw that this is appearing as easy as it should be. And again, I'm a fan of this playbook, man. I got to find a way to get this playbook in other videos that I use. Oh! Should have been a pick. Turnover on downs. Either way. Because we think our offense is so damn prolific, we're going to try to put this game away here again on 4th down. Waller. Oh, he's a beast. There we go. Easy does it. Josh Jacobs. Raiders pretty much have secured their first victory of the season. What's maybe more impressive? Defensively. Look at that, man. They're getting turnovers. They're getting stops. Where's this been all year? All right, get the dub. 35-13. Derek Carr continues to play pretty goddamn well. 72 yards, 2 touchdowns for Josh Jacobs. $144 for Devonta Smith. Over 100 yards for Ruggs. So the Alabama duo is on point as the Raiders improve to 1-5. Let's see if we can get some momentum off that victory. We got the 6-0 football team here, week 8. And there we go. The momentum has swung back in favor of the Vegas Raiders. Scouting my free safeties, and all right. Great name. All right, and just after taking 1 game over, we're Raiders are now the hottest team in the league. Just beat the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. We're on a 3-game win streak and a breakout scenario for John Abram to go from a star up to a superstar dev trait. So we'll just auto spend those points there on the defensive side. As I'm working on my scouting, I'm pretty much trying to cover all my grounds. I got the QBs. There's one that actually looks kind of legit in Scott Paul, 2 first names out of Michigan. I actually am going to try to scout some of the UDFAs eventually, but obviously that's at the end of the list. I'm looking at free safety because Joyner's not the youngest, not the youngest guy that we're looking for. And I'll scout the zone strong safeties because that also makes some sense. Ooh, there's a nice looking player there. That kind of sucks. That looks real good, George Manning. I did corners because you can always get good corners. I got 4, 5, 6 first round grade corners on our board, which is good because that's always another position I want to add depth to. D tackle will be, I don't think we need to worry about D tackle, but D end is certainly a position that I'm going to start working on scouting next, as well as, the UDFAs there at quarterback. Week 10 didn't go our way. 31-27. Close loss to Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens. Also missed out on the dev trait for Jonathan Abram. That's a little frustrating, but, whatever. All right, been more bad than good. We're picking up week 14. I think we had a 3-game losing streak, able to win week 13 over the Browns, who are a good team, 31-21, perennial Super Bowl contender. But we're 4-8. It's a little bit rough, but we do have a breakout scenario here for Cleveland Farrell, which would help. He's stuck on that ugly, ugly normal dev trait. And if he can go up to a star, that means between him and Max Crosby, 2-star dev DNs under the age of 25. Maybe we try to build around them just a little bit. I don't know for sure, but we got to hit it first. But Trayvon Mullen up to an 85. And sensational for us. Superstar dev, playmaker. Very happy with that. Kwity Paye, the rookie. I think we can find out his dev trait here. I actually don't know. I know Devonta Smith is a star dev. Kwity Paye, also a star dev. It is what it is. I'm fine with it. But let's see if we can get a dub here. Sweep the Chargers and get a dev trait for Farrell. We did not. Not going to lie. It was a humbling experience. Week 15 against Denver. We do have a breakout scenario here for Renfro. Looking to go up to a superstar dev. I feel like this could be a perfect opportunity. Let's hop in week 15 and get Hunter Renfro. He's like an African soccer player. Could not tell you if he's 25 or 38. Okay, wasn't recording. All right, second half. Didn't record any of the first half. Quick refresher, I am airing the ball out. We got almost 400 passing yards in the first half. Sim defense has been doing the job. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. They've been punishing me when I throw the ball errantly. But for Renfro, we need 150 yards or 3 touchdowns, and we're well on our way to hitting that. Had a deep ball there to Henry Ruggs. I've been simming the defense, so I actually don't know what's going on that side. Max Crosby, sack and a half. Mo Hurst, Trayvon Mullen with interception. So there's your refresher. Back to the game. 2nd and 11. Yeah, trying to get a depth trait here. Really, the season's got done for. A better draft pick is actually probably where we want to. Better draft pick's probably where we want to be. But a superstar dev for a slot wide receiver in Hunter Renfro would be pretty awesome. Let's stop throwing picks. Let's play smart. Let's get that dev trait for Hunter Renfro. I will say, though, my God. Speed is king in Madden. Like, on my Eagles franchise, that's what I'm missing. Jalen Reagor ain't fast enough. I need a guy 96, 97 speed. Oh, come on! I'm sabotaging Derek Carr's, like, somewhat respectable season. Oh, he can make that tackle, though. Good athlete, Derek Carr. Oh, man, I have 4 picks today, and I think Derek Carr had, like, 5 on the season. So my apologies. More than 1, come on. We actually might not hit the thing for Renfro. Right there. Hey, we're close. We've got to be very close. Let's see. How much more do I need from him? He needs 150? Oh, we got it. We got it. First and goal. Let's just dunk on him. Let's just dunk on him. Oh, roughing the passer. Let's tack that on the ensuing kickoff because that's a touchdown. Another game, just to make a case, this is my offense. 565 yards, 4 touchdowns. Well, obviously the game plan was going to be a little cartoony. I threw the ball 44 times. I threw it into harm's way. We got picked 4 times. But when you have, luckily for us, the speed of Ruggs, there's just, no one on Denver's secondary that could keep up for him. If I ran a streak, 50% of the time, he was wide open. So I was going to hit it. But Renfrow, 13 catches, 160 yards. Congratulations. You're gonna be a superstar dev player. Also, what got lost in the excitement of Renfrow? We had 4 picks and our defense still pitched a shutout. Where's that been all year? Huh? 4 picks, 0 points given up. Yet I guarantee we have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. You look at the stats statistically, top 10 offense, defensively, we got to be like 25 at best. 26. So yeah. Well, yet we get, obviously the Denver Broncos offense is kind of the shit. That's a nice morale victory there for the Raiders, knowing that, if everything's fired on all cylinders, we can put up performances like that. That is pretty nice, knowing that if we can put it together, maybe things are going to be all right here for the remaining 3 years of this rebuild. But Renfrow, now a superstar. It's our second superstar depth trade earned. Trayvon Mullen at corner. Now we got Hunter Renfrow at slot wide receiver. Pair that with Henry Ruggs, who's already a superstar. To pair that with Devonta Smith, young star. Darren Waller, who's an X factor. Josh Jacobs, who is an X factor. This 88 overall offense should be pretty goddamn prolific. It's unfortunate, though, because this might be the peak. Hudson's only getting older. Gabe Jackson's only getting older. Waller might get hit with some regression. Derek Carr might get hit with some regression. So I'm thinking at the most, maybe next year will be peak offense for the Raiders. We better hope we can capitalize on it. Year 2 has come to an end. Obviously, we weren't really going to be in playoff content. Tied for second in the AFC West, 6-10. But we know the offense is good when it fires on all cylinders. When all is said and done, the question will be, what kind of regression are we here with? Rodney Hudson retire. Hopefully he comes back. Will Gabe Jackson regress? Brown, Waller, Carr, all players certainly on the bubble. In terms of regression on the defense side of the ball, I'm not too worried about anyone regressing outside of Joyner, who we already, from how we've scouted, plan to pretty much replace him maybe as early as the first or second round in the draft. But let's look at the stats here for John Gruden. And what I can say is easily my favorite offensive playbook that I've used so far. Derek Carr, almost 4,500 yards, 38 touchdowns, 14 picks. Didn't help out that I threw 4 picks in the final game, but top 5 quarterback this year for Derek Carr, which is good going forward. Running the ball, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns for Josh Jacobs, which is good. Receiving, we got 1,000 yards, almost 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns for Henry Ruggs, 1,010 for Darren Waller, 8-7 Renfrow, 7-7 for the rookie Devonta Smith, 4-1 there for Josh Jacobs. Defensively, we're just wasn't good enough. 100-plus tackles, 2 sacks for Nick Kwiatkowski, 5.5 sacks Max Crosby leading the team, 5.5 Cleveland Ferrell, 4 for Hurst, 4 for Pay. The TFL, even though the TFLs and the sacks there, those are not brutal years, but they're certainly not what we need on the defensive side. 3 picks, Mullen, Arnett, Joyner, 2 for Abram, 1 for Amik Robertson. I'm happy with every number on this team outside of the sacks, which, I don't know, man, that's a tough call. It's a tough call. How to fix that problem. I don't know if it's a scheme problem. I don't know what. Tannehill won the MVP. Derek Carr coming in at number 7 in the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Patrick Mahomes. Derek Carr coming in at 4. Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett. Not surprised at all. He is unstoppable in this game. Number 5 for Rookie of the Year was Devonta Smith. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Kwity Paye coming in at number 4. Derek Carr, number 3 quarterback. Josh Jacobs, number 1 running back. Ruggs at 7 there for the wide receivers. Hudson at 7 for the linemen. On the offensive side, defensively, not gonna have much, I don't think. Maybe a couple corners. Mullen at number 9 for corner, and Carlson at number 9 for kicker. So that mean, we were definitely better than 6-10. Both times I hopped in on All Pro. It's not patting myself on the back. All Pro, I can certainly have a huge gamer there, but both of them were there. Both times I had huge games offensive. Okay, and then again, while I threw 500 yards in that second game with Derek Carr, I also had 4 picks, so I can't really. At the end of the day, that wasn't a great game by any means, but I think we have a good offseason. We have money to spend, not a lot of money, but if we can land an edge rush, something like that in free agency, have a stellar draft, I do personally feel like year 3 is going to be the peak. Like, if we're going to win a Super Bowl, it's probably going to happen next year, or it's not going to happen at all. So this is a very, very important offseason for the Vegas Raiders. We'll get and go through free agency. We'll end up at the draft where you guys can help me with what player we should get in the first round. And then we'll wrap up here, episode 2. So at the end of the year, in terms of dev traits, Derek Carr went up to a superstar, which is cool. I'm just more so hoping that helps us out with regression. He's an 83 at this point. It's 83 without a morale boost. So we could finish in this whole offseason and start next year with him still at 83. That at least kicks the can down the road on us needing a quarterback for another year. Defensively, Max Crosby went up. Like, we have no edge rushers, yet our edge rusher goes up dev trait. It makes absolutely no sense, but I'll take it. Going through my roster just before free agency, we can free out some money. There's $8 million on Carl Nassib. So I will say there's a lot of back-ended contracts here for the Raiders. Like, look, we like clean if we wanted to. We're not going to get rid of them, but like usually when you get like long-term deals, you are going to be on the hook for a lot of dead money. Trent Brown, no real penalty. Gabe Jackson, even though there's no real upgrade, that's a lot of money I could free up with no real penalty. Derek Carr only regressed 1 point, and I could free up $18 million there with no real penalty. I'll get rid of some of the Joyner, $10.5 million. Let's take our chances that we'll be able to spend that money elsewhere and then draft his replacement. Like Lilton needs to go while he's star dev. $11 million, bud. Not good enough. Kwiatkowski. There's even more. I'm not going to get rid of everybody, but I'm going to get rid of everybody. It's just easy. Like, I could probably re-sign them for less money than what I'm currently paying them. So we're gonna gamble here with some of our roster management to free up as much funds as possible, and we'll see what happens. This is a tough free agency period because, like, there's a lot of things that make some sense. First up, reuniting Devonta Adams with his college quarterback and Derek Carr is something, but it just absolutely makes no sense for us to spend our resources there. J.J. Watt is the top edge rusher. He's 33. Not really going to be much in terms of our long-term play. Not a scheme fit. Looking at quarterback, Baker Mayfield would be awesome. That's an awesome, unique storyline to bring Baker Mayfield under John Gruden because Derek Carr's in real life. You know, that'd be something that'd be interesting. Then probably Raiders would consider. But then Derek Carr's coming off a year for us here in this world where he's the top 5 quarterback. Does not make sense to bring him in. We're good at running back. So kind of looking at where we can get better. It's going to be tough. And then there's no upgrades over Farrell, so it's like, do we make the concession that we just get Watt, not a scheme fit, and see what he can do for 2 years? I mean, he is pretty damn good. Looking at linebacker here, it did put on the top bid here for Van Der Esch. I don't know if we'll land him, but that'd be nice if we can land him. Right outside linebacker, we got Muse, Littleton. Maybe I shouldn't have got rid of Littleton. He's still a scheme fit. But then, you know, it's like one of those things. In 3 years, will Tanner Muse be better than a 75? Probably. Might also have a dev trait because he's normal. So I feel like that's a gamble. Landry at D end makes a little bit more sense. That's just so much money. For like, and JJ Watt would be chasing rings. I like to keep this realistic. It's a realistic rebuild. I don't think, while JJ Watt and the Raiders very well might be in play to bring in a JJ Watt, I don't think he would come to Las Vegas. We're not, you know, while I think our roster is very close to being a Super Bowl winning roster, we're not a contender. He would not go to a contender. However, we're looking on the back end here. I think Jesse Bates would be a terrific option. I think he's very, very good. Best player on the Bengals. So we'll come in here. We'll round this bid up. I'll give him 4.5 signing bonus. So we have the top bid for Jesse Bates. We have the top bid for Leighton Vander Esch to get better on the defense. And we I don't know, man. It's one of those things. Landry at D end, or do we just keep on keeping on here with Farrell and Max Crosby and hope one of them kind of breaks out? Let's get through the first wave, see where our salary cap's at. If we miss a Bates or Vander Esch, maybe we'll come back and be a little bit more aggressive. If we get both of them, probably don't want to spend too much more money. All right, moment of truth. We got Vander Esch. We did not get Jesse Bates. See, I do think something that should happen here in Madden is, like, if you get rejected, that player you should have another chance, you know? That was the spot that we wanted to go in the draft anyways at safety. It's not a massive loss. It's annoying, but it's not, you know, we can't get hung up on that one. Littleton is still there in free agency. If we I kind of want to go with Tanner Musso. I feel like that might be the better long-term play. JJ Watt's still there. Whatever, man. I'll see. We'll see what happens. If no one else wants to sign him, maybe he wants to come live on the wild side and hang. Like, he does seem like a guy that would love Vegas. All right, we got JJ Watt, and if you get JJ Watt, you pretty much are not going to pick up the fifth-year option on Cleveland Ferrell, who's not been anything impressive so far in his career after getting selected in the first round out of Clemson. So there you go. JJ Watt and Leighton Vander Esch, two very popular free agency signings. Regardless if you watch my videos or you do your own videos and you do your own franchise modes, they're almost always there. But maybe that's enough here for Vegas to go to the next level. Who knows? Another fifth-year option, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, he's almost a 99 overall running back. We'll go ahead and pick up that fifth-year option. Here's where we'll end off. In the 2022 draft, we have a good pick at pick 6, and we have a much clearer picture about where our team needs should be. We got 2 quarterbacks here, but we're fine waiting on a quarterback. I will say, both these quarterbacks slip. If Scott Paul's still there in the second round, I may be interested because we are starting to see that regression on Derek Carr. In terms of the rest of our scouting here, not much on the O-line. It's always good to grab a lineman when you can. I'm not seeing anything that screams this is a pick we need to make. With the J.J. Watt signing, I mean, that guy looks, Leo Mays actually looks exceptional. 7.5 combine grade, early first rounder. Not saying we couldn't get him, but you know, looking at the rest of our picks here, could use a linebacker for sure. If we don't feel comfortable with Tanner Muse, we have Glenn Brothers, early first rounder at linebacker. That we could get him there instead of Tanner Muse. We got Bradham, mid-first round linebacker. Ulrich, mid-first round linebacker. So, you know, we could go there. We could dip into the secondary. We have Dillard, who's an early first round corner. So, you know, that's probably 75 plus with a normal dev. We got a mid-first rounder in Bacon. Yes, sir. Mid-first rounder in Butler. But I feel like we'll have a chance potentially because we have an early second round pick on a Butler or Wood if we want to, you know, dabble a little bit in the first round corner market. In terms of safeties, that's where I want to go. And again, we just have another contender. George Manning, early first round talent. Combine was very good. We got Lucas, mid first round talent. Combine fairly solid. So we have a lot of options here, fellas. We can go strong safety. We can go corner. We could go linebacker between brothers Bradham and Ulrich. We could go defensive end with probably the best looking blue chip player here in Leo Mays out of Buffalo, trying to be Khalil Mack 2.0 for a team that has been unable to replace Khalil Mack, even though we did sign JJ Watt. Yeah, you guys need to let me know. What direction should we go? I mean, you know, we have JJ Watt for 2 years. It just makes sense. It's unfortunate because we do have JJ Watt for the final, you know, like one of those things is, are we going to cut JJ Watt? Are we going to move the D-tack? Like what, if we got Mays, things might become a little bit more difficult on the defensive side. So I really do think it's linebacker or DB should be our pick. But you guys need to let me know in the comment section below where we should go here at pick 6 with the Vegas Raiders to kick things off for episode 3. So that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys back here on the next one. Tomorrow is going to be a doubleheader. I'm going to rant and rave about Howie Roseman, the Philadelphia Eagles GM. And then we'll follow it up with a new episode of a Legends rebuild. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.